Welcome back to Astrology, Angels, and More. I hope you enjoy this show tonight. It's a special edition being shot on location at my office where I have been for the past 18 years. And I'm going to have a very special guest tonight also. But first, let's talk about what's happening in the heavens, in the stars. Happy birthday, Cancer, and happy birthday to the United States of America. The United States of America is a Cancerian sign also, because the United States birthday is July the 4th, 1776. So, happy birthday, Cancer, and happy birthday, USA. Cancer is the fourth sign of the zodiac, with the moon as its ruling planet. Silver is the color associated with Cancer. Cancerians are sympathetic, nurturing, maternal, very maternal. They make wonderful mothers and very emotional people. But sometimes it's difficult to be able to have a good understanding of a Cancerian's emotions because they're so deep and sometimes very deeply buried. Cancerians love their homes and value family traditions. Their gemstones are moonstone, pearl, and clear quartz. Those are their lucky stones. Now, on July the 9th, the Cancer new moon will be a relief, a fresh start. When the moon is in Cancer, it's in its natural placement. Life's challenges that have seemed nonstop for some people will suddenly subside. It's now time for nurturing yourself and others. We also may be surprised at how well a situation may go, given the fact that the moon is sextile Uranus, and Uranus is sudden change. So, be prepared for something very wonderful to suddenly happen for you, especially around the time of the Cancerian new moon. And remember, the energies of the new moon and the full moon are 3 days before the actual date and 3 days after, plus the day of. So you have a whole week of all those wonderful energies. There's a trine to Neptune in Pisces, focusing on the water element, which enhances our intuition. So trust your gut instincts. Even if everybody else around you is telling you, no, I think you're wrong, trust your gut. Just be aware there's a possibility of delusion, so try to keep yourself as grounded as possible. The transit of this moon in opposition to Pluto may make feelings more intense and unusual. Ultimately, though, this moon will bring us much needed peace and clarity. Much needed. This Cancer new moon will be in conjunction with the natal moon of the United States, bringing opportunity for positive change, shining the light on truth. Now, the full moon in Aquarius on July the 23rd, with something coming to a premature ending. Something could get shut down. No, not all of us being shut down again, but something in our lives could suddenly stop and end, even before it really gets to begin. But this brings us many lessons. Be alert to them. This is especially true with the conjunction to Saturn, the teacher and the restrictor. All these lessons are just helping us become better people, better souls to help us on the ascension process. With its aspects to Pluto, we may see someone or something gently move out of our life, emphasizing the closing of one chapter and the opening of another shortly thereafter. The planetary aspects of July give us the hope of a bright future and the freedom to pursue it fully. The Egyptians believed when their souls got to the entrance to heaven, the guards asked 2 questions. Their answers determined whether they were allowed to enter. Have you found joy in your life? The second question, has your life brought joy to others? And now, thank you for listening to the monologue with your horoscope for July of 2021. We're actually filming this show on July the 7th, 2021. And I'm Mary Silvernail, and I'm a professional astrologer and the host of Astrology, Angels, and More. And I thank you for watching our show. And now we'll be right back, so please stay tuned, and our special guest will be here in a moment. Thank you. Welcome back to Astrology, Angels, and More, our special edition, our special show. And now I'd like to introduce my special guest, Kirsten Cielo, a wonderful, wonderful Holy Fire, Karuna, Reiki Master, teacher. She's absolutely an awesome healer. Welcome back, Kirsten.
Mary, thank you so much for having me here today. It's been, so wonderful being able to see you again and listening to everything you just said, opening up your show about all of the wonderful things that are happening coming up in July, and especially with the Cancer new moon.
Oh, yeah.
Which kind of coincides precisely with my life right at this particular moment, because I was waiting for a go-ahead on closing of a house, and no sooner than today did I just find out that that's going to be happening for me.
I'm so happy for you.
It's a gift and a blessing, and it just goes to show you that everything that we experience has its time, has its place.
Oh, yes.
And if we can let it unfold by the way that the universe would like, and keep our faith, keep our hope.
And be patient.
And be patient.
Yes,
which is,
and be patient, because we're dealing with God's time, not ours.
Yes.
Right? But I think that's absolutely amazing, because that is now, didn't you say that most likely Friday? This Friday, which was July 9th, and that is the Cancer new moon. And Cancer rules everything about the home. And imagine that, closing on your new home. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
It doesn't get any better than that, and it just continues to reaffirm the fact that, like you said, if you can maintain your patience,
yes,
and you can truly know that things happen in God's time, that's when it will happen,
Absolutely.
And,
absolutely.
We face our bouts of, wondering, well, when is this going to happen? And when is that going to happen? But essentially we have all of the answers inside of our own heart.
Yes, we do. When we trust our own instincts.
Which I think, it really takes removing yourself from, I call it chaos or distraction. And if you can step aside and get yourself into a balanced state, you really can start to tap into that, which you already know.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, when you went through all your Reiki classes, right?
Yes.
With me, actually, some of them were in this room, right?
Absolutely.
Where we are right now.
Yeah.
And then after that, because you are a Usui Holy Fire Reiki, Usui Holy Fire Karuna Reiki Master teacher, as I am. And I'm very honored that you allowed me to be your teacher. But I have to tell you, I mean, and you know, Kirsten, that it was you that I've entrusted to do Reiki sessions. Actually, this is the room that you do your Reiki sessions in, right?
That's absolutely positively correct.
And you've had some wonderful experiences in this particular room, huh?
Yes, I have. And
Yeah.
I am very blessed to be able to have the opportunity to be entrusted, you know, as your student and also as your friend.
As my friend, yes.
Those two
very
components.
special friend, yes.
And, you know,
Yes.
the work that is done here and the work we have done.
Together.
Yes, it's
Together.
life-changing for many of the clients that come in, and as well as ourselves, because we never forget, you know, the things that we see and the growth that we see in everyone that comes in whatever state they're coming in. You
That's
know?
the truth.
And-
That is the truth.
I mean,
that is the truth. Well, look at what happened to you that one day, right?
Oh,
Wasn't that a
yeah.
summer day? A hot summer day like today?
Yeah, it really, really was. And you never know who's going to come in, and you never know what needs to be addressed.
Absolutely.
But at that moment, whatever it is that they're coming in for
right.
is very, very real.
Yes.
And, you know, the fact that they found their way to come and see us makes us know that, you know, number one, they're in the right spot because we work with the light. But
only the light.
Second, we will continuously, you know, be supportive and use all of the modalities that we've been trained. You've trained me, and I mean, I have never seen anyone that has not left here in a much better, positive, balanced, healthful state, you know?
I view it as though when a person comes to see me, whether it's for hypnosis or an astrology reading or a mediumship reading, whatever it is, or Native American, whatever it is, I feel they find their way here from God and the help of the angels. And then what ends up happening is, you know, it was funny because actually a gentleman that I know, he told me, he said, Mary, it's really good what you do here. Because I've been here 18 years, okay? And he said, it's really good what you do here because you fix people. That's how he put it. You fix people. And that's what you do too. And that's what we need, right? I mean, there were times in my life when I needed somebody to fix me, right? But, you know, I really feel it's the angels that bring. And I have to tell you something. I just keep staring at your earrings because they're pearls. And what I was talking about in reference to Cancerian, that's their lucky stone, one of their lucky stones, well, pearls. Okay. It's a lucky gem for them.
Okay.
And there you are. I mean, wow.
Well, you know, it's interesting because I find that I get guided to put on different, you know, stones or gems throughout whatever I'm experiencing in my life. And, you know, the pearls, I probably put them on maybe a week or two ago, and it's...
they're pretty.
Thank you so much.
You're
My
welcome.
mother gave them to me.
They're pretty.
So they just resonate well.
I love your mother.
Oh, she's such a sweetheart.
That's how Kirsten and I actually know each other.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had met her mother first many years ago. But anyway, so go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, so she gave me
She's
these.
a great lady.
Oh, she's absolutely heaven sent.
Yes,
I mean, if it
she's
weren't
helped
for
a
her,
tremendous
she's
amount of
an earth
people.
Angel.
Yes, she is.
Yes, she has, and
Yes,
her
she
work
is.
is not done. That's for sure.
No,
but,
that's the truth.
And now, as her daughter, I truly believe it's time for me to give back to
Absolutely.
my mother, to the community.
Yes.
You know, anyone that I possibly can, you know, give all the love that I have in whatever capacity.
See, and remember the other night we were talking, and I was saying to you, you know, that's what I love about you, Kirsten. You come from pure love.
I do remember that.
And that's why you write the column
I do.
for, well, my magazine that I had out, but on the website, on my website, hopehypnosis.com, you can read your column every single month, right?
And I appreciate you.
It's the love column.
That's for sure.
It's the love column. And yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah, I love reading your articles.
I appreciate you giving me the venue to do that because it's all from the heart and it's just natural inspiration. And, you know, if one person reads it, then that's one person that may, you know, have a little bit of a different outlook on that day, because as you know, every day is a new day. Every minute
That's the truth.
is a new minute. And, you know, we're very
Anything
influenced.
can change.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, but I've had many people come back and tell me very beautiful things in reference to your column.
Oh, thank
your
you.
love column.
I appreciate
you know.
that.
But yeah, you've had some experiences here, huh? When
I
especially the Reiki sessions you do here?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So, and you've helped a tremendous amount of people.
Yes.
Tremendous amount of people. Now, remember, you know, we have this picture behind us, which is extremely special. Can you get a shot of that at all, Brian, of the angel here? Okay. Remember, Kirsten and I were at a market, and I saw this, and remember, I stopped dead in my tracks.
Yes, you did.
That was many years ago.
Had to be
And
10
the
years
reason,
ago, at least.
yeah,
No,
something
something
like
like
that,
that.
something like that. Thank you, Brian. Thank you so much. Were you able to get it? Oh, great. Okay. Well, I love this picture so much because as soon as I saw it, like I said, I stopped dead in my tracks.
Yeah. I remember
And
that.
Kirsten helped me. You know, I had to buy it immediately, and you know, she helped me get it back here, which was not an easy task. But the reason is because at one point, because I write different columns, and my pen name at one point and my business name at one point many years ago was Raven Moon. Actually, my husband had given me that name, Raven Moon, many years ago. My hair used to be very, very dark. And of course, the moon. I guide my life with the moon. Okay. And my business card was this. Actually, in my other office next door, there's business cards over there that have Raven Moon,
Oh my
and
gosh.
it's this picture. So it's amazing, but I just think she's so beautiful. And it's throughout the office here, I mean, there's so many angels, and then next door also we have all the angels. We even have angels up on the ceiling next door, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but we have some of them here to talk about today, right?
Absolutely.
And so the best one that we have to talk about is, let me just make sure I'm getting him, and yes, here he is. This is Kirsten's guardian angel, Archangel Jophiel. Okay. Okay, this is Jophiel, and I'm going to let you, Kirsten,
Okay,
talk about
absolutely.
Jophiel. Okay, he's an archangel. Go ahead.
Well, to begin with, Jophiel, as you can see here with the lantern, essentially is illuminating the world to knowledge and wisdom and lighting the way with truth. And, you know, it's such an honor to have Jophiel as my guardian angel, because I can't imagine living any other way than by the light and by the truth, you know. And on this earthly experience, it's so incredibly crucial to be able to have someone, and so profound to be able to just exude that light, that knowledge.
Yes, exactly. And that's what you do. And you're also a teacher.
I am a teacher.
Yes, you are. So when you just said that about exuding knowledge, okay,
Yeah.
we aren't just talking metaphysical.
Right.
We're also talking about here on earth. You enlighten.
Yes.
Absolutely. And, you know, each one of us, when we're born at the moment of our birth, we are assigned one particular guardian angel. Yes, we have many angels around us all the time, and different angels do different things, but our guardian angel sticks with us throughout this particular incarnation. And God assigns us a particular guardian angel to help us fulfill our soul's purpose, our life's purpose in this particular lifetime. So obviously, God felt that he needed to assign Archangel Barachael to you, Kirsten, to help you fulfill your life's purpose, which I can see that you have absolutely been doing.
Well, I'm very fortunate to have my faith to be able to understand the presence of the angels and to understand the magnitude of healing that can occur simply by asking your angels.
Just simple, right?
To be there.
Yeah.
And you know what I find is that I talk about this a lot when actually I had a friend and their grandson wants to be a priest.
Oh.
Okay, he's a young boy, and that's his
calling.
Yeah, it's his calling. And I said to him, you know, I think what you're going to have to think about is how you can get people to understand the magnitude of, you know, God or the angels without being able to tangibly see them.
Exactly.
And so it kind of, you know, tried to give him food for thought, and he said, "Oh, I'm going to think about that," you know. But it's simple, like you said, it's so simple, but yet you have to have faith and trust and understanding to know that your angels, God, your faith is always, it's right there.
Yeah, because I got to tell you something. Sometimes, though, the angels need to, when a person is doubting, lots of times what will happen is the angels will bring something tangible, you know, like a feather. Okay. Or you hear a song on the radio or something like that, or you feel a tap on the shoulder, you know. Next door in the other office, because you do your Reiki in here and I do mine in the other office attached. And I had a client, and I was in the middle of a Reiki session for her, and actually I was doing a healing on her with Archangel Raphael.
Oh, wow.
Do you remember this? I think I told you about this.
I think you told me about it.
Wow, she actually well, anyway. So what happened was she was experiencing the Reiki session, and when we were all done and she was ready to, you know, sit up from the massage table, a little teeny weeny green feather, and that's the color of Raphael.
Oh, wow.
Came down from the ceiling or from the heavens or whatever, and she was so grateful, and she kept that little green feather, and she actually framed it, you know.
I would too.
And yeah, but you know, a lot of these kind of things happen in here, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, things have happened to you.
Oh, yeah.
You know that.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing is, and then it turned out her guardian angel is Archangel Raphael.
Oh, wow.
So tell me that isn't something, when you're talking
is.
about something tangible,
Yeah.
it's amazing. Well, Raphael is actually the healer, and many Reiki masters, practitioners, shamans, doctors, you know, surgeons, a lot of chiropractors, a lot of healers, that's their guardian angel, because that's their life's purpose. Now, yes, we're healers. This is true.
Right.
However, we don't have Raphael as our guardian angels.
Right.
You have the angel of enlightenment, the one with the lantern who shines the light and shows everybody the way, right?
Right.
Okay, which is Archangel Jophiel. Very blessed, because we all have our own paths.
Yes.
Now, and that's the way that you also do your healing. So it's twofold. You do your energy work, but you also are the enlightener. And that's beautiful. I love that. Well, so that brings me to my guardian angel. Okay. So I have my guardian angel here. And this is Archangel Uriel. Archangel Uriel. Okay. And Archangel Uriel is actually the one who instills the Holy Spirit into the hearts of man and womankind. And so I imagine that's what I do. And actually I do. And the Holy Fire is actually the Holy Spirit or the Holy Universal Energy, whichever way you want to look at it. But I happen to look at it as though the Holy Spirit, and that's the Holy Fire Reiki that I particularly do. That type of Reiki, but as you do. But beautiful, beautiful Uriel. Uriel is the one who inspires to have the faith that's needed to carry on when things are extremely difficult. Uriel comes on a beautiful, beautiful ray of, it's kind of like a ruby color with little specks. A lot of people say that when they see Uriel, when they come in contact with Uriel, or they have Uriel connecting with them, that they see the sparks of light, little sparks of light. And yes, that's true. But he actually comes on a ruby ray. Whereas your guardian angel comes on a beautiful golden light.
Oh.
Beautiful golden light.
Okay.
Yes.
I didn't know.
And what I have here is a nice piece of citrine. And citrine, you know this already,
Yes.
it vibrates very well. This is the healing stone for Archangel, people born or working with, born under or working with Archangel Jophiel. Now, you started talking about stones before. So why don't you tell us a little bit? Because you know a lot of different things about stones.
About various stones?
Yeah, I have an array here.
Okay. Okay, let's take the rose quartz.
Okay.
You know I'm going to go
Here's
with the
rose quartz.
And
Okay.
that particular stone is, exuding and working with, I would say, Archangel Samuel.
Absolutely.
Okay, and
The love angel.
Bringing in the love. Just looking at this stone. I mean, I'm wearing the pink as well, but
Yes, you are.
you're bringing in the love. You're bringing in the peace. I just overall, you get a sense of calmness when you're
Yes.
working with rose
Peace.
quartz. And we do a lot of work here where we're dealing with, balancing chakras and
Yes.
working with these beautiful gemstones to be able to, give our customers and clients various tangible things that they can go out and, if we say we're going to be working on your heart chakra, something like that, we might recommend that they maybe wear a little bit more pink.
That's right.
Choose a stone that, is like rose quartz or something like that, so that they can keep that on their person.
Yes.
For that time that they feel they need it to be able to get the healing that they need.
And it draws love.
Does draw love.
When you're looking for love.
and really, I mean, that's what life is all about, isn't it?
And it brings a lot of peace and joy. Yes, I love rose quartz. I love rose quartz. I have a nice big fat piece in the office next door, like this big. Actually, I had brought that on a show, Christine's show, Christine Chavon, Spiritual Exploration, many years ago. And it's sitting right there. So if you ever watch Spiritual Exploration, if you go on YouTube, you can see that. And it's all about crystals. It was a 2-part show. And oh my goodness, I had a whole array of crystals there for her. Okay. But this big piece of rose quartz. But yeah, that's beautiful, Kirsten. And what about, how about some fluorite? How about some fluorite? You know, I used to wear fluorite, not big like this, but I used to wear fluorite around my neck. I don't know if you remember that several years ago. I used to wear the fluorite and lapis lazuli. And moonstone was a combination of, and I wore that a lot. This really helps with psychic ability. And very, very, very spiritual stone. Very spiritual stone. And it's green with some purple in it. Very nice
beautiful.
Crystal like to wear. Not this big, but nice size. And, but as far as, oh my goodness, I can't believe I don't have the amethyst here.
Oh, we
yeah.
used to have that,
That's
right?
okay. Yeah. Oh, we got that other big one on one of the shows. I have to be able to bring some of those really large pieces that I have. But let's move on to our next angel here. This is Archangel Barachael. Okay. And
Okay, we start our push again. 3, 2, now.
Archangel Barachael. That brings us to Archangel Barachael, which is the angel of abundance. And we all need that, the angel of plenty. As you can see, has the little bread basket here. And have you ever done any work with Barachael?
I have, and I like that you said abundance, and just the word that comes to mind is also of blessings. So, when trying to bring a little bit more of whatever, that you're seeking, that would be a wonderful angel to be able to utilize to bring in those blessings.
Yes, of abundance, right? And
Yes.
abundance meaning not just money. We aren't
Right.
just talking about that. What we're talking about is abundance in your life, abundance of family, abundance of joy, abundance of happiness, feeling fulfilled in your life, right?
I like the way you said that, because a lot of people do associate abundance with money.
Money, automatically, right?
And
Yeah, there's so many other avenues. And we know
Yeah.
that when they say you can't take it with you, you can't take it with you. The only thing, as a medium, any of the souls that I connect with on the other side, the only thing that they have there that they've taken with them is love. Pure love. Pure love. Even if they were total jerks in this lifetime,
right.
when I'm connecting with them on the other side, they don't have those qualities.
Right.
Because they've already made the transition and they've already done the review. There's none of that over there. It's just gentle, beautiful love. It's like it was all, any of that other stuff was all filtered out, But Barachael goes very well with any of the green stones like malachite. That's a nice stone for Barachael. And also, if a woman would like to become pregnant, Barachael can help with that too. Okay, you can say a prayer to Barachael. And then, that really helps too. Let me see. Oh, we have to, Brian, how much time do we have? Okay, good. Okay. because there's other things we want to talk about, but we cannot forget him. Okay, Archangel Michael. There he is, the leader of the pack, right? The leader of the pack. And Archangel Michael is the protector. And this particular statue I really love. I've had Archangel Michael on my show before, a smaller version of, but and I love that statue too. But I really like this one. He just looks so powerful in it. And Archangel Michael loves blue. And if you're having a situation in your life where you need to find your voice and help, because lots of times you know that, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about
absolutely.
that? People can't speak to another person their true feelings.
I like the way you said that. Because sometimes for somebody to be able to tell the truth makes them vulnerable to be able to, have judgment.
Expose their feelings and things like that. But Archangel Michael really helps with that. And so does lapis lazuli, wonderful throat chakra, stone, lapis lazuli and sodalite. The color blue, wearing the color blue. But Archangel Michael is the one who holds back evil. And he comes on a beautiful blue light. Very strong angel. And all you have to do is say, Archangel Michael, I need you right now. I need you right now. So, some of these other stones that I have here on my desk, well, I have a few crystal balls here. These two were given to me as a gift by a very special friend. And this crystal ball I have had for many, 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 many years. And people wonder about crystal balls. Of course, they give off wonderful energy, especially if they're charged properly. And you can do what's called scrying in the crystal ball. You know how you see like the gypsy looking in the crystal ball, okay? Well, all it simply is just going into a meditative state, and it helps you focus by looking into the crystal ball, and the energy from the crystal enhances your ability to be able to connect. And that's really all it is, and it's called scrying. You can scry with water, a bowl of water. You could scry with the flames of a fire, and that's all it is just concentration.
So you have to think about whatever it is that
you need an answer for, or something like that.
I was just wondering if you look, does it tell you what you need to know?
You have to have quiet, and you have to concentrate, okay? And that's really what it is. It's the concentration. That's really, when you quiet your mind, you understand exactly what I'm talking about.
I do. And that helps with everything. We live in such a world that everything is so fast-paced. I think purposely so, to distract us from the simplicity of being able to, stay balanced, stay grounded, look at,
and just be, right? Just be. Yeah, that's one of the things, as Reiki masters, one of the things that we do is we activate our heart chakra. We go into the Gasho meditation, actually it's called, and it's just putting your hands together in prayer style, but having your thumbs activate your heart chakra right here, and you concentrate the middle fingers here like this. So if you have a problem meditating, if you have a problem quieting your mind, this is a very nice exercise to do. And then you just quiet your mind and you concentrate on your heart chakra, which your thumbs are activating your heart chakra, opening it up, and concentrate just on your middle fingers together there like that. And you'll be amazed how you can quiet your mind and go into a meditative state.
I like the way you showed that, because I'm trying to think of, just somebody at work or somebody that's, facing some sort of dilemma, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to go off on a vacation to get that peace. What you're saying is you can literally maybe go in the other room, right? The kids are screaming this or that, and you go in the other room, and these simple techniques can really start to bring everybody to a little bit of a better state than, operating in the fast-paced chaos.
Well, now that I have you, one of my wonderful favorite energy workers, I think I had mentioned this to you before. My granddaughter Ava, Daniel's daughter, had asked a question, and I would like your input on this. Okay? So this is her question. If energy can't be created or destroyed, how is there energy?
I love that she asked that, because that just shows how inquisitive she is. And, that's such a pure question. It's just, energy is always, it has always been here, right? When you think about, like, even the earth, I know we talked in the past about, like, ley lines and things like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I really want to do a show on that.
I think that would be
with you,
fantastic,
because you're
I've
very
taught,
astute
like,
at that.
The environmental science and everything like that. But, just realizing that, if you look at the earth in general, like, it kind of correlates to acupuncture. I'm like pointing over there to,
my
like
head,
the lines. It's
my little
like,
head. Yeah, I don't have the whole man. He's next door with all the acupuncture.
So, I mean,
points.
I'm trying to give a little tangible. So you're seeing all the different points, which are kind of like, on the body. The
meridians.
The meridians.
The meridians.
So our earth has the same type of, points at a larger scale, where energy is constantly being, shifted based on the way that the world is constantly changing. The actual plates of the earth are constantly shifting.
But where did it begin?
I, if you're asking me, would say God created all of this. That is my belief, because I feel very strongly about that. And I feel as if it has always been.
As God
Yes.
is infinity.
Yes.
No beginning, no end.
Yes.
Right. And that's really what energy is. And just like Reiki, that's God's energy. That's what it means, right? In Japanese,
Absolutely.
God's energy. And Qi in Chinese is energy. So, and that's what we work with, and a lot of the people that we know work with. And, there's different forms of energy work that can be done, but it's extremely healing, mind, body, and spirit, soul. So, well, let's see. Kirsten, we have a few more minutes. What would you like to talk about?
Ooh, I like that question. Well, how about, I know it's a hot topic, but I mean, basically, it seems like we're kind of coming out of this pandemic into a much better,
I'm so glad
brighter,
you brought that up.
hopeful. It's tying in with the joy that you said during the monologue.
Yes.
This is the time to embrace all those things that you wish that you could have been doing, or the things you wanted to do.
Freedom. Well, okay. I'm glad you brought it up. Now, I don't know how good of a shot we can get on this, but this is the chart of the United States of America. And right down here, okay, is the second house, where on many shows I had shown where there was a whole lineup of planets here. And that is actually what caused the pandemic. Okay, And because we had the return of Pluto to the natal Pluto of the chart of the United States. Okay, but they were all in Capricorn, and there had been a whole lineup here. And they were hitting all this whole natal lineup of Cancer. Because remember, the United States of America is a Cancerian birthday. So, but happens to have many, many planets in Cancer. And what happened was an opposition just can knock the living heck out of anybody. And this is what happened. Now, we used to have all these planets down here, and we don't anymore. We have Saturn that's still hanging around, still teaching us some lessons, but this is Pluto, and eventually that's going to be away. And in 2022, this whole situation is really gonna better itself. By the time, now we're July 9th, 2021 right now, but 2022, it's going to better itself, and then 2024. And this has nothing to do with politics. I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking astrologically. I've been watching this movement of the planets for 20 years. So, you know, absolutely
And
things are getting better. And we can feel it, can't we?
We can feel it. But I have to say, as your friend, you've been spot on throughout the whole process.
Thank you.
So, I mean, you know, you're good at what you do. And I mean, you know, when you take that time and you've studied and, you know, your natural gifts, I mean, you know,
Thanks,
you really
Kirsten.
are, you know, you're giving the truth.
And the truth is, we have a lot of hope. And we're going to start having our freedoms again like we already have. And by this time next year, the United States is going to be in a completely different atmosphere and place. And I'm telling you, and then what's going to end up happening is, you know, I mean, and I've talked about this before, and other people on other shows have talked about it too, but it's the truth.
Right.
I'm looking forward to these roaring 20s, you know, because just like the last pandemic, the Spanish flu, and then right after that came the 1920s, and with the flappers, and everybody was dancing and happy and all of that. And I have a feeling that that's exactly what's going to happen here. What do you think about that?
I'm going to agree with you wholeheartedly. And, you know, again, you said it even in your monologue, you know, we've learned these lessons. You take the lesson and you do better, right? You take the growth and you bring that forward so that you can actually make a difference. Like, we're here to do what we were born to do. And, you know,
it's a calling, Kirsten, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, within you, now, when you were talking about that young man who feels the calling to be a priest.
Yes.
Didn't you really feel a calling in order to do the work that you do, your life's work here?
Oh,
I know,
absolutely.
I did. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I
go
like
ahead.
the way that you're saying that, because when I think about it, internally, those are your indicators, as well as your mind and your heart. But internally, if something's feeling right? It's you feeling that, I believe that you're on the right path.
Yes, and if you're feeling that way, you need to pursue it. Because what ends up happening is when we are on the right path, all of a sudden we get a thirst. And it seems like an unquenchable thirst for more and more knowledge, especially when you are on the path of your ascension, when you have a desire to have a great understanding of the metaphysics. It's extremely important, okay? And there's so much great information out there. And pursue it. Don't let it go by. Because if this is really what you want, this is your calling in order for you to help other people, in order for you to help yourself. Right?
Yeah, and as you're talking too, I think about, you get these opportunities, and then let's say you think about it, right? Seeds get planted, and then maybe, I'll get to it. You know, it's gonna constantly come back until
you do it.
Yes,
You crack me up. That's the truth. That is the truth. That is really and truly the truth. It really is. But the way that the heavens are moving right now, and you know how much I love the stars because that's God's clock.
Yes.
And so, really, as an astrologer, what I do is, but I'm an esoteric astrologer, so I'm a soul astrologer, I'm a spiritual astrologer, but I'm always watching God's clock moving, and it moves precisely as it should. And we're right where we need to be right now, right where we need to be. One of the things that you were talking about before, oh, wait a minute. Let's talk a little more about crystals, okay? Now, I have here a nice little ruby, okay? This is a raw ruby. And this is a crystal that when I'm doing a session and I'm working on the root chakra, this is what I use. Okay, it works very well when you're doing any of the work on the root chakra. And what we talked about before, this is for the throat. And then, if you notice here, what I have is a black crystal and a white crystal. Well, I always keep the black and the white crystals on my desk when I'm doing a reading or talking with someone, because these are filters. Any negativity gets brought and drawn into this black crystal. And then it filters out. So the negativity is held here. And then what happens is, that's why I have them next to each other. In this clear quartz, it filters out and sends out light to the person. So it's kind of like sucking up the negativity and then sending out the light.
I love it.
Tell me that doesn't work well.
Oh, I love it.
I know. Me too.
Giving out the purity.
And then you were commenting before about my selenite.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
Selenite is wonderful. Selenite is wonderful. You work with selenite too, right?
I do. I find it to be extremely protective. I find that, and out of all the stones, the selenite, it just makes me feel super light. Super light. Like I can feel it. I almost know whenever I'm in a room and there's selenite, whether I see it or not, because I feel almost like like you're on a cloud. It's that strong, like the energy. I find it to be so strong.
My grandchildren, both of them, John and Ava, they love crystals, and they have their own crystal collections. And I was with Ava the other day, and actually I bought it for her. She really fell in love with it. It was a beautiful little crescent moon made out of selenite with pretty artwork on it. It was just lovely, But this also enhances your psychic ability. And, I like this piece because, it reminds me of a wand.
It does, right?
All a wand really is, people get scared when they hear about wands, like as if you're a witch or something like that. But all a wand really is an extension of your own energy, through a crystal. So sometimes people have a wand that's either made out of wood or metal or something with a little crystal on the end that just empowers things. And that's all that's about. They're just sending energy. But of course, there are people that work with dark energies that perhaps would be using it for other things,
Right.
But not us.
No, absolutely
not us at all. So I really like the idea that we have spoken about the column that you write, okay, the love column, and that's a newsletter that I send out every month, and the horoscope's in there, and it's completely free. It's on my website. And you can read all about the special planetary aspects, and then you can also read about your horoscope for the month, whether you're Aries, Taurus, Virgo, Scorpio, okay? It's all there. And then plus I always talk about a special angel of the month. And this particular month, I had written about Archangel Gaddiel. And Archangel Gaddiel is really an angel that can be bringing tremendous hope into any situation if you're having family problems, etc. So you can just go on there on my website on hopehypnosis.com and you can read all this. You can read Kirsten's love column. Okay, every month it's different.
Oh,
And
sure is.
yeah, you know, Angie, who happens to be my secretary, she's the one who puts the newsletter together. I send her all the information, and she loves reading your column.
Aw.
Sometimes I think she loves reading your column better than mine. She said, "Oh yeah, Kirsten got it right, boy. Let me tell you."
Aw,
So yeah,
I appreciate that.
yeah, she's a sweetheart.
She
I'd be
really
lost
is.
without her. Completely lost without her. You know that.
Oh,
She's a doll.
she really is. She's heaven sent.
Yes, she is.
The
Absolutely
theme
heaven
here.
sent.
The theme.
Right, right. So, Kirsten, do you want to share with us any of your special experiences before we wrap up? Because we have to say goodbye in a moment. Or if you,
Absolutely.
anything else you wanted to share real quick?
Yes, basically what I would like to say is, that healing can happen to anyone. If you are seeking, all you need to do is ask for the help of the angels, look on your website.
And why don't we send some beautiful
Okay, I like
Usui
that.
Holy Fire Reiki healing right now to our audience. And you can see us on YouTube and CTV. Many, 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 many bright blessings. Many, many, many bright blessings. Many bright blessings to you of love, joy, hope, and your freedom. Just call upon the angels. They're there for you. Many bright blessings. Thank you.